Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another Spiritualistik Pick a Card reading. Today we're taking a look at what the person on your mind would say to you or what they wish they could say. So please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group 1 on the left with Orion, group 2 in the center with Aquarius, and group 3 on the right with Hercules. I already know you're going to ask where I got these cards. I got them at the Grand Canyon at the little visitor center shop. So anyway, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box. If you're interested in meditating with me, it's the first link in the description box. I've got personals open. They're on my spiritual shop on Etsy. I've got tons of journals, decks, crystals, candles, stuff like that up there as well. And I do have discounts going on personals and some of the stuff on my shop during the holiday season. So with that being said, let's get into it. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me. You can follow me along on TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, and my member channel here on YouTube. And I'll see you over at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, group 1. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today we're seeing what the person on your mind wishes they could say to you, and you selected the first group with Orion. This is also the Ace of Pentacles card. So this person wants to offer you a new beginning, and they're willing to fight for whatever this is. Whether it's romantic, platonic, it's a friendship, a family relationship, or a co-working situation, this is someone who wants to show up. They want to put in the effort. They want to fight towards it. That's the first thing that's coming through. This person is also ready. I'm getting to, I'm hearing that phrase, what is it? Pull you up by your bootstraps or something like this. They're ready, okay? Not only are they ready, but they really want to pursue this. There's something here about not wanting to let a moment pass them by. There's also something about a river coming through that could be significant, maybe relating to this situation, but might not be specifically this relationship, right? So this person's my best friend. Maybe they're born by a river, or you hang out with your best friend by a river, and that best friend got you this job with this person. There's something that's kind of close but not touching about a river here that's coming forward. Maybe they live really close to a famous river that you visited before, something like this. Anyway, this is somebody who, they've always got their eye out. I'm hearing that song, Man on the Run, for some reason. This is somebody who wants to show up right. They might not know exactly what they're doing, but they want to try anyway. This is someone who's giving their best effort, but maybe they're inexperienced, or they're giving their best effort and they don't really know what is expected of them. Maybe they don't even know what's going to come out. It's like they're even surprising themselves, but they're ready, willing, and able to show up and fight for this connection. There's something here significant about the winter time as well. So this is saying that this is either a connection that is dead, or maybe you thought wasn't going to go anywhere. You didn't think you were going to hear back from this job application. You didn't think this person liked you, or they were serious about you. Maybe you thought the friendship had sailed away or something. And I'm getting that actually is not true. There's an abundance to winter, but it's often hidden. It's cold. Maybe this is somebody who speaks coldly. Maybe they've got a lot of Aquarius placements. Okay, guilty. Maybe they speak coldly. Maybe they are often forgetting to text you back. Maybe when you speak to them in person versus like maybe they text kind of dry, but when you speak to them, they're bubbly. There's something like this coming through. What they wish they could tell you, though, is that the winter season is significant. So for some of you, they want to celebrate Valentine's Day with you if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. For some of you, they want to maybe hang out with you on the beach if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. They want to, I'm getting cuffing season, something like this coming through as well. This feels like somebody who might have a crush on you, even if this is platonic, or even like if that's not the most appropriate manifestation for this relationship, it kind of feels like it's at least crossed their mind once or twice. I'm not going to lie, I'm picking it up here, but they do want to offer you something. They want to have a solid beginning with the Ace of Pentacles here. That's pretty self-explanatory. The Orion, they definitely feel some sort of magic here. They feel drawn to you, and they're also on the lookout for, they're on the lookout for better options too. So let's get a little more information when we say they're on the lookout for better options, okay? So that'll raise some flags immediately, right? So, okay. This is somebody here who is used to either being taken care of, or this is somebody who's used to just focusing on themselves, or they're used to being taken care of. So this could be somebody who maybe you were maybe you were their first relationship, okay? This might not be who you wanted to hear a message from, but it's sneaking in. So who you wanted to share a message from, they share an energetic pattern to somebody else who wants to come through for most of you here. Okay. And you're picking up on that as well, but you probably don't want to either think about or hear about this one person. So it's kind of coming to you in a different shape with a different face and a different format. Okay. So deal with it how you like to process it. Okay. This is somebody who's used to being taken care of. For example, you are their first romantic partner ever and they want to show up for you, but maybe they live with their parents, and nothing wrong with that, right? In this economy, get it. Okay, go off. But maybe they're not really used to doing their own laundry or doing their own dishes or taking accountability for stuff. Maybe they're used to kind of whining and they get their way, and they're used to being taken care of. Maybe they see a very much maternal or paternal light in you, right? That's maybe not appropriate for the situation. There's a little bit of a vibe where this person, they want to show up. They don't want to play house. They don't want to show up and offer you a flimsy work contract, but they don't know. They don't know how to do it better. They're trying their best, but they just simply don't have the information. Okay? This is what they want to tell you. They want to tell you that they have been kind of struggling recently behind closed doors. They want to tell you that they're hurting with something. If this is not a romantic situation, well, regardless of whether it is or not, this is someone who's, they maybe recently went through some sort of a separation or breakup, or they got fired from their job, or they got some devastating news, or they lost a family member. It's something like this that's happening behind closed doors. And they were already struggling. It's kind of feeling like the universe kicked them when they were down a little bit. And so they want to tell you this. This is someone who, say that you had a business contract with them. Maybe they were really excited, but they've never done a business contract before. They don't have any help. They don't know how to draft a contract. They don't know what clauses to put in there. They don't know how to read it. They don't know what a loophole looks like, right? And they're really excited. They want to go into business, but they simply don't have the information and they don't have the resources, okay? This is someone who wants to show up and they want to be your happily ever after, but they have no idea what emotional accountability looks like. They don't know what the love languages are. They've never been to therapy. They have no idea how to be on a date with somebody, or have difficult conversations, right? And so there's a little bit of this, it's not weaponized incompetence. It's them showing up their best despite acknowledging their incompetence in a particular area. And this is what they want to tell you. They want to tell you that they see it. They want to tell you that they know it. They want to tell you that it hurts them watching themselves consistently fall short, okay? Because they're genuinely trying their best. They're trying better than their best, and they actually might be kind of beating themselves up a little bit, emotionally and also physically. Okay, so they're trying better than their best, meaning that, say that genuinely, energetically, or with hours, maybe they can really only handle like 13 hours a day of working, but for you, they'll do 15. Maybe they're not getting enough sleep. Maybe they've got to take care of the kids at home. Maybe they're going to the gym, maybe they've got a side hustle and they're taking care of their family, right? But they really can't afford to do 13 hours and they already are. But for you, they'll do 15. It's kind of giving that. Maybe they really can't afford to give you that discount, but they love you so much, so they would offer it to you. And they would never tell you that they're struggling. It's something like this. And it's not about there being pride in the fact that they're doing something nice for you. It's about the fact that they want to provide a better world than the one that they know or the one that they see around them, right? This is someone who's like, say a healer who's struggling with a chronic illness. This is a lover who's never been loved. This is someone who is in business, wants to start a business, but they never maybe had business training. Maybe they couldn't go to business school. They couldn't afford it because maybe they came from poverty, so when they have wealth, they don't know what to do with it, right? It's not that they're not learning. It's not that they're not trying. It's just that they don't know what to do, okay? Let's see what else they want to tell you here. I don't want it to sound like we're just like pulling off excuses for this individual, but we also don't want to assume like, the best or the worst out of everybody. Okay. What they wish they could tell you is that they think about you actually a lot and you inspire them to be better, whether or not you know it. Some of you are like, really, this person knows who I am? Like, this could be like the CEO of a job that you applied for, like a branch of the holding company. And it's like, yeah, they know who you are. Okay, so for some of you, they're like, yeah, they know who you are, and they actually look up to you a lot, or you inspire them to be better. They wish that they could tell you that they cherish you and the connection between you a lot. I'm hearing that K-pop Demon Hunter song, The we're going up, 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 da 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 da, that one. They also want to know, for some of you, they're saving up money or resources or time, like they're trying to get time off. Maybe they're putting in their hours and they're saving their personal days. Maybe they're saving up money. Maybe they're saving up, I don't know what other resources you could save. Maybe they're saving up like little job tasks to create and open a new position for you. There's something like this. But they have you in mind here for it. They want you to know that. And also, like, if you have a personal connection with them, like a very personal connection with them, they hold you very dearly in their heart. It's kind of giving they're never going to love anybody like you, okay? I'm also hearing the song I Will Never Be Like You. I think that one's Flume. So they do kind of put you up on a pedestal a little bit, but that's not what they wish they could tell you. Maybe they do wish they could tell you this, actually. There seem to be, I'm hearing there are two sides to every story, and it kind of seems as though only one of them is heard. So for some of you, this is a parasocial relationship, and they want to tell you your story matters too. Okay, or they wish they could hear from you, like, more. For others of you, maybe they feel as though, looking back, maybe they only spoke and they didn't listen. Or for others of you, they listened to you so much and they didn't feel heard. This can be someone where maybe you ever go on a date with somebody and you come back and you're like, yeah, we both had a great time because we both really like me. I'm really fun, right? Because maybe the other person wasn't asking you questions or engaging in conversation. Or alternatively, this is somebody who feels as though, like, you know, if you ever hung out with someone and then afterwards you're like, I feel like I was talking so much, I didn't ask them any questions. Like, it can kind of go either way. So there's definitely this energy of something feeling one-sided. Maybe this person feels like their love for you is unrequited, or they felt like they were too selfish in a situation. They didn't think that you were being selfish at all. Maybe they were dealing with a lot in life. But what they wish they could tell you here is that they want to offer you a new beginning, and it's still something that they're planning on doing, okay? But they have to build themselves up a little bit first. So if this is someone who's dropped off the face of the earth, or it's someone who is brand new in your life, again, there might be patterns. If you notice like some of a cycle here, or if you notice a few different people coming up in your mind here, probably one will take shape as the energetic blueprint here, and you might find that it also resonates with a few other people for some of you, okay? This is somebody who wants to tell you that they want to move towards you. Maybe geographically, literally, they want to move towards you. West Coast, Best Coast. I'm just kidding. Seriously, I'm just kidding. But they want you to know that they're doing their best to build themselves up, okay? They're trying to change their life. I'm hearing that song, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. I've got to make a change, right? They're kind of thinking that they have to make a change. Maybe some of them, they got to get their ish together in a particular area of life, right? It kind of feels like things are falling apart for them left and right. Not really tower moment. It feels like, it kind of feels like they were left jaded in a particular area of life already, and then they were dealing with a heartbreak, and now they're trying to get their money right. It kind of feels like they are wanting to focus on or they have to focus on the material, and they want to focus on the spiritual, or they want to focus on the material and they're being pushed into the spiritual. For most of you, it's actually the first one, okay? Which might surprise some of you, because some of you were like, this person could really use a spiritual awakening, okay? We're not here to judge, okay? We're here to read the energy. This person, what they want to tell you is that they want a new beginning. They want a new beginning. They want a new beginning. I could pull a million cards and that message would come out consistently. So that's something here. This person really loves you. They value you. They cherish you. I'm getting, depending on the individual, because this is a general reading here, right? Some of you, this person absolutely sucks, right? I say that with like all the love in my heart, okay? And for some of you, this is a really nice, beautiful, wonderful person who just simply couldn't get it together, okay? Some of you, you might be giving them excuses when it's the first one and not the second one. And some of you, you might have not cut them any slack when it was the second one and not the first one, right? It kind of depends on the situation. You'll know what feels right in your heart because your spirit will give you that little whisper, right? Either way, there's a little bit of a vibe where this person is probably withholding their energy a little bit. They're trying to be patient. They're trying to find center. They're trying to come in calmly. And then they might just kind of knock on your door one day. They might shoot you a message one day. And that's probably not what you want to hear. This person could win the Olympics of overthinking. You probably know this as well. But ultimately, you have not heard the last from them yet. You've not seen the last of them yet. They want to let you know that they love you more than anything else in the entire world, whether or not you believe it. You're their favorite. That keeps coming through. You are their favorite. Some of you, you're like, what, me? Yes, you. Okay, you are their literal number one actual materialized favorite. They know it too. Like if they were like, who is your favorite in this context? They would literally write down your name. Okay. Just so you know. And they wish they could tell you that, or they wish they did tell you that, or they wish they had a way to tell you that wasn't weird for some of you. Again, if this is like a platonic thing and they just like really say you work with them and they absolutely love you so much, maybe like platonically, respectfully, but it's weird to go up to your coworker and be like, hey, I love you, right? Can be weird, right? Depends on the situation here. This person wants to create a community or a family or happily ever after vibes. Again, insert context with you. They wish that they could tell you that, okay. They don't know how to verbalize this yet for most of you, but they wish that they could tell you that they're more interested in, or they want to get better at something pertaining to maybe spirituality or witchcraft or manifestation or spirit, like, something like this. Yeah, they wish that they could tell you that they didn't use the resources that they had and now they want to, or like it's kind of just giving you don't know what you've got until it's gone vibes for some of you. You feel like this towards them, or no, I'm getting that if the people who you feel like that towards them, they would have clicked off already. Okay, for most of you. There are a couple stragglers in here because energies, like this is a general reading, okay? So for those people who kind of feel like you don't know what you had until you missed out on it, right? And now it's a little too late. This person loves you. They love you in every single way, right? If this was romantic, they love you platonically. They also love you familially, right? In the most normal, least weird way possible, okay? And they wish they could just express that to you. Like they just purely love you genuinely, okay? Regardless, okay? And for the rest of you, this person's kind of like, crap, I fucked that up, okay? But it's maybe way too late, or it's maybe like they did it too many times, or I'm getting there's something like it wasn't one too many times, it wasn't too many times, it was like 10 too many times, okay? And then for those other couple of you, literally couple of you who's like, wait, actually this person was really great, then they kind of want you to know like, they've got the door open for you, but I'm getting you kind of gotta know the code to get through. I'm being shown a troll at a bridge, you know, and they ask the questions and you have to answer the riddles and then you can cross the bridge. It's like this. And then I know some of you are here and you're like, I really want to know about someone who's maybe new in your life or actively or presently in your life, and the energy is a pattern here. You notice there are energetic similarities, but there's a little bit of a difference. Some of the blueprint is off, right? It hasn't developed that much yet. Okay, this person really admires you. I'm getting that to tell you that they meant what they said. Okay, if it was something nice, something sweet. But they also kind of feel that, they feel like they deserve a shot at this for them. Okay? Less about you and more about them. Not that they don't care about you, they do a lot, but they do kind of idolize you and put you on a pedestal a little bit, which might prevent them from seeing you like authentically or very clearly. But they wish that they could tell you that they think that you deserve each other. They wish that they could tell you that there's something about an owl here. You might have talked about owls. They might look like an owl or like owls, or I don't know, a joke about an owl, something like this. Owls are coming through. This person might be nocturnal. Ultimately, this person would tell you here that they wish that they could tell you that I'm hearing that song Language by Drake. Now you're talking my language. That song is very dirty, okay? But different languages could be significant here. Different cultures could be significant here. She just wanted, I said, girl, that's all that we do, right? So that could be significant. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't look it up. It's gross, okay? If you do, okay, it's probably a reason for that, okay? So that could have been an integral piece of this connection here. Maybe this person is known for doing some things they shouldn't be doing, maybe in general, okay? Yeah. They wish they could tell you that they want a new beginning and they don't care how painful it is. Let me cover this up. They want a new beginning and they don't care how painful it is. They're not expecting it to be painful, but they're like, I've got one last go in me, and then knock me down a couple times, and then I've got 10 more in me. Like, let's go. This person, feels like, you know, Okay, there's a song by Leve. I'm having a hard time putting my words together in this one for some reason. So there could be a language barrier. Maybe this person has social anxiety, or maybe they're having like a respiratory situation. Maybe they have a hard time breathing in general. I'm getting this might be someone who can't breathe through their nose. They've got a deviated septum, or they have asthma, or something like this is coming through. But I'm hearing the song by Leve, Let You Break My Heart Again. Basically, I will let you break my heart again. Let's go. It's kind of the energy that it's giving. And it doesn't need to be romantic. Of course, it can be. It's not saying that you totally smash this person's heart into pieces. Maybe they broke their own heart, fumbling you, or choosing a different candidate over you, or believing a friend group that is super toxic and twisted over you who is just showing up being authentic, right? But this person is like infinitely like, let's go, break my heart again, do it, like, let's go, like you can ruin my life, let's go. They don't think that you'll ruin their life, but they're kind of giving that vibe of like, it's reckless and it's passionate and it's excited, but it's also not fully developed, right? And that can be sweet. It can be pure. It can also be naive, right? There's a fine line, and it might be a little bit of both. For some of you, it might really be one or the other. Depends on your person and your situation. But that is the energy that I'm getting. This message, it kind of seems like they just want to explain themselves to you, explain their position to you. Maybe for some of you, it's hard for you to communicate with each other. Maybe it's a language. Maybe they're blocked. Maybe you haven't talked to them in a long time. Maybe it's just the situation that you're in, right? Whatever it is. Yeah, this is what they wish they could say to you. It feels like a lot of context. So they want to explain themselves to you, but I'm also getting that they don't really feel like it's appropriate for them to explain themselves to you. They kind of just want you to know how they feel and their intentions, if you allow them to be. Okay? So group 1, this is what they wish they could say to you. If you'd like a personal, I've got those on my Etsy store at Spiritualistik in the description box below. They're discounted right now, so check it out. If you'd like to meditate with me, it's the first link in the description box below. I've got a virtual meditation retreat. It is a 21-day guided meditation collection that you have access to forever, so definitely check that out. If you'd like more exclusive content, I post on my membership channel here on YouTube and on Patreon. Both are different. I also have one on TikTok, so subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram, and if you'd like more, you know where to find it. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking at what they wish they could say. And you selected the second group with the Aquarius card. Now, the first thing I'm getting here, okay, with Aquarius, this might be someone who is usually very detached or very aloof. This person wants to tell you that they don't let people in easily, or they're working on letting you in. There's definitely this vibe where, okay, what this person wishes that they could say is close to what they do tell you. They don't mislead you, but they don't share you in, like, they don't let you in on the full energy. There's this shyness, and there's also this, it's not a hesitation, but it's like a nervousness that's coming through. It's kind of cute. It seems as though this person really, really, really cherishes you. What they want to say to you is that you spark up emotions in them that are positive, that are big, but their response, their reaction to those emotions aren't necessarily, they're not bad. It's not giving trauma response. It's giving, they've broken the pattern, but this is the time that they choose differently. Okay? It's giving the energy of when you regulate your nervous system, not just because you have a weird day, right? Say this is a trauma thing. Can be, doesn't need to be. We're talking about different individuals here. It's a general reading. But when you look at your nervous system, when it's used to, when it has calibrated something abnormal, traumatic, or painful as normal, when you train yourself or work to disconnect those correlations, when your nervous system is back to, wait, that's not normal, I don't like that, that's supposed to feel uncomfortable or bad to me, when the healthy version of this energy comes in, or the accepting version of this energy comes in, when the loving, when the genuine, when the sincere version of this energy comes in, you can maybe intellectually, or they can maybe intellectually identify this. It makes them want to get their hopes up. I'm hearing someone say, I'll let you ruin my life, it's okay. But that that kind of ideology could also be like perhaps it's mostly a joke, but there's a little sprinkle of truth in there because they're willing to get their hopes up, but they still think perhaps that they might. Because the first time they experience a healthy version of this, their whole nervous system might go, oh, this is strange, oh, this is weird, oh, I'm not used to this. It takes them a while to get comfortable with it. So that's something that I'm experiencing here in this energy. So I'm thinking group number 2, what this person wants to tell you is that there's some sort of trauma that they've been through more or less recently. I'm being shown 2023, so maybe since 2023 or in 2023. Doesn't need to be, of course. But they want to tell you that and I'm hearing in a perfect world, they desire the highest victory here. They want to let you know that they are genuine, sincere, and I keep hearing the word disingenuous, like whispering in the back. But I'm also getting like, no, like there's, no, it's not disingenuous. It's sincere. Like I can feel the energy is pure, but there's also it's almost like a humbleness or it's like the old pattern that's whispering a little bit and it's going, no, that's not what this is. It's not how I feel. That's not how I think, but it's still popping up, right? It's kind of giving intuition versus anxiety, but the anxiety whisper, it's like, no, you're very, very quiet. This whisper of the anxiety, looking at it and saying, you are not what serves me. You are not reminiscent of the truth or my truth. You are not serving me. You might be present and we might observe you, but you don't belong here, right? And so there's this person has done a lot of growth, it seems like, or they're very much self-aware. So especially with the Aquarius energy, this is someone who's very, very smart. It can be emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, intellectual intelligence, right? But they are looking for victory in the situation, whatever it looks like. They're looking for a successful outcome. Okay. What this person wishes they could say to you is a lot. This person wishes that they could, I'm getting tell you everything. They also wish they could tell you that they either reread your messages or they think a lot about moments that you've had together. They wish that, there's something about they wish that they had, I'm getting found you earlier or connected with you at an earlier date, something like this. I'm hearing the song Missed the Boat by Modest Mouse. I'm also hearing the song That's the Way I Loved You by Taylor Swift. It's quite a colorful dynamic there that's coming up. This person wishes that they could tell you how alone they really feel in life. They feel like they are more or less an island. I'm getting that they live up to their name. For some of you, they wish that they could tell you their name, something like this. Or they feel like they could let you get to know them better, and they want to. They feel very alone, very emotional, and it feels like the way that they interact is maybe more, I don't want to say cold, but perhaps it's more analytical, more strategic, more logical, but internally they're more emotional, they're very soft, they're used to being alone, and so there's maybe like just a wall up a little bit. It feels as though you can walk right through the wall, and they're observing that, and they're comfortable with that, but they're not used to either of those feelings. Okay. What they wish they could tell you is that they want you to be their whole world, or perhaps you are their whole world. I'm getting that they enjoy that, they like it like that, that's how they want it to be. Or they wish that you could be their whole world, or vice versa. They wish that you could talk more or communicate more easily or communicate more quickly or more often is coming through. And there's also an energy here. I'm hearing that song by Mumford & Sons, I Will Wait. So it might be that they wait for you to respond. There could be a time difference. It could be that there are situations in life that prevent you from connecting, or it can just be that perhaps you text them or you message them on, I don't know, social media or something. And it could just be that, you don't text back right away. You have life, right? You're not going to text them while you're cooking your dinner or while you're at work or while you're going for a walk around the block, right? This person wishes that they could tell you that they have something very special that they've been saving for someone very special and they want to give it to you. Or maybe they have. but I'm getting for most of you, they haven't yet. They want to tell you, they wish they could tell you that you're very, very special to them. And they want to hold on to, they want to hold on to this fleeting moment forever. Okay, so there's a little bit again of that energy of not fully trusting the situation entirely. Like they trust the situation that's in front of their face to be as it is. Like they think that it's genuine and authentic, your friendship, your connection, your business partnership, whatever. They feel like it's genuine currently. But there's also a little bit of a guardedness too, because they're used to being alone, and they kind of maybe have this idea of this is so beautiful for right now, but also they're probably just going to have to be, like, they're going to end up alone, so they're really cherishing the times that they're not. There's a vibe like this too. This person might be used to kind of being stabbed in the back, or they might just be used to being alone. With the Aquarius energy as well, with the rest of the cards coming out, there's a vibe of maybe people don't really find them intellectually stimulating, or maybe they're just like a certain flavor of an oddball, which is fine. I am, we're all weird in our own way. But it might just be a little bit harder for them to find people that they feel, see, and understand and appreciate them, because they are unique. They are different. Maybe they have super niche interests. Maybe they are neurodivergent in a particular format. I'm hearing like ADHD. Okay, doesn't need to be, of course. And this is a tarot reading. Don't let that diagnose yourself or anybody that you know. Okay, that's not the point of this at all. Okay, I'm also probably one of the lesser educated people on that topic out there. So let me just say that. Okay. With that coming through, there's a little bit of this fear of them being seen so deeply because they're not used to it. There's this desire for connection, and they also want to let you know that there's something that you are very deeply healing in them. For some of you, you're listening to this reading and you literally have a text message from them and you haven't responded back, and they're like, text me back. For some of you. I'm definitely getting that you can pick up on their energy spiritually. You might be very energetically sensitive. I mean, if you are here, you are likely interested in some sort of spirituality or occult or something like this. And of course, it doesn't need to be the case, but if you're picking up on their energy or you're connecting with them telepathically, they're doing the same with you as well. They can feel your energy as well. Okay, this person feels like they have spiritual gifts, or they're very empathic, or perhaps connecting with you has awakened some of these things. Okay, especially if you're connecting with them in a particular way. Okay, sometimes you can, let's just say you can airdrop some of your gifts to other people. We're gonna leave that there. Okay, so what they wish they could say here is that you are very precious to them. You also make their inner child feel safe, which is something that they're not used to. Something that they wish that they could tell you, but they feel a little bit uncomfortable, is that they want to make more of an effort to see you more clearly. It feels as though they want to ask you a million questions, or they want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, but they don't want to force it. They don't want to rush it. This could be the kind of person who they're giving off a vibe that's very protective. Not in like not in a toxic sense, in a very sweet sense, actually. It's not giving as much of an ownership vibe. It's not giving protective like in a toxic attachment kind of way, but it's just kind of giving, to be very just plain here. Okay, Aquarius, and I'm not judging Aquarius, okay, that's my ascendant, and I also have a stellium in Aquarius. My ruling planet is Uranus, okay. So definitely no judgment here, but it's kind of giving the energy of like Aquarius energy who actually feels as though somebody understands them. It's like the Aquarius that's the oddball, and they feel kind of as though they're not maybe safe, or they don't feel fully seen, or they don't feel understood with the world around them. It feels as though maybe they're always ahead of their time, or they're always on something that people aren't on yet. Perhaps they're very unique, very individual, maybe quirky, maybe a special flavor of weird, right? That maybe other people don't really see or understand. But with the Six of Wands that's with the Aquarius here, there is the awareness that the victory that they want in this situation feels in some way palpable, feels in some way, if I'm getting all parties are willing to partake, feels like something that could be precious and special as well. But there's also the hesitation of putting themselves out there too much, because there's almost this vibe of they don't want it to hurt more when they end up alone again. It's like this question of they don't want to know what it feels like almost to connect so deeply with someone, to be seen so deeply, because it's so rare that occurs, that they don't want to know what that feels like to then know what it feels like not to have it after having tasted it, after having experienced it. I'm hearing that phrase, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And this person might have, not with the love energy, they feel like a love bug, to be honest. They feel very, very loving, but it feels like maybe they wish they could tell you that maybe don't play with their feelings, don't play with them, maybe don't promise things you can't deliver, or I'm hearing the song I Want You to Stay by Rihanna, so it could simply be that they want you to stay. They could have some abandonment issues or something like this. This person's used to being alone. They are almost a bit defensive because they think that they'll end up alone again. So they want to connect more deeply with you, but there's a little bit of this, it's not giving hesitation, but there's a little bit of a vibe of wanting to protect the sweetness of this connection. They do feel a little bit like they're not seeing something clearly. They're aware. They feel like they're not seeing something clearly, but they can't put their finger on what it is or why. There feels like there's a hidden aspect here, or something that's maybe they feel like you're hiding something from them, or they want to ask if you are. It seems like they want to ask you some questions that they feel like it's not their right to ask you, or that they feel like they don't want to be too forward or too pushy. Or maybe they just want to ask you some questions and maybe they just feel shy about it. Maybe they want to talk to you in a particular way or about a particular topic, and they might not know if you're open to that. They want to know more about you. They want to know more about your childhood. They want to share their childhood with you. This is someone who wants to connect with you very, very deeply. What they wish they could say is everything. They want to tell you everything. They want to hear everything from you. And they also want to keep it safe. Whatever it is that they learn and whatever it is that they share, they want you to keep it safe as well. And they wish that they could express this to you, but it feels as though they're doing their best. It feels as though they're communicating with you honestly and clearly, but there's a depth to it that's not quite coming out yet. I'm getting that you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, and this might be someone who comes across to you very emotional or very eager to connect, because they are. It's kind of giving like the energy of someone who has not received like love, and then you come around and give them love. And I don't know why I'm being shown like a shelter dog, and I really don't want to compare a person to a shelter dog. This is what I'm being shown. There are some things that have come up in this reading that like I'm being shown by spirit, and I want to like communicate what I'm seeing, and I'm like, I feel like that's not something I should be saying. And that's also kind of the vibe I'm receiving from this person too. Okay, maybe they want to be more clear with what they're saying. Anyway, it's like a shelter dog that's been there the longest, right? And someone comes along and they come see if they want to adopt them, and they get all excited that someone's going to adopt them, and then they don't. And then they're in the shelter and they see other dogs come in after and get adopted. It almost feels like they were there first, and they feel like they were the last to be chosen if they were chosen. Or it could be something where they feel as though their time is very limited in a particular situation or with you, because perhaps they feel as though there's only a certain amount of time that they can wait, right? It might not be like the Humane Society is what I'm saying. It could be like the kind of shelter where, if they don't get selected after a few years, then they, that's it for them. I'm not going to speak on that. This person has a very sweet, very optimistic, very kind-hearted, very pure, like childlike wonder view of the world. I'm getting that there's nothing in the world that can get this person down. This person brings a lot of joy to everyone. I'm getting that they make you laugh. They love your laugh. They make people smile and laugh and be happy all day long. Like it could literally be their day job. But it also feels as though they see people deeply because they're not seen deeply, but they feel like you see them deeply. And they're curious and interested to explore that. But what they wish they could say to you is that I'm getting they want to give you a hug. There's something about like a relief or a breath of fresh air that's coming through. It's kind of giving a vibe of someone who finally sees them, or now their heart can be at rest, or someone that sees them, or someone they can trust, or someone that understands them, or someone that matches their weirdness, or someone that, for some of you, someone who accepts or doesn't judge them for the way that they are. There could be something that is not conventional about them in any way, shape, or form, whether it's physical, or it's mental, or it's emotional, or it's spiritual. And they feel as though maybe their heart is at rest with you, or they feel safe, they feel seen and understood and loved and accepted. And they want to relax all the way, but it's kind of like, if you've ever done a really deep stretch in a yoga class or just in general, you know, when you breathe into it and it feels really good to finally release a muscle that you've been holding for a very long time, maybe you didn't realize it. And there's kind of a point where you realize, now it's time that my stretch will deepen. It's not just about relaxing. When you relax this, you'll get further into the stretch. And so there's a question maybe of, will I be able to get out of this? Will this hurt me or injure me in getting deeper? And being shown someone, for example, like doing the splits, right? Say you can only get down a certain amount, you're kind of close to the floor, but when you actually open up your hips, you find out that you are flexible enough to go all the way down. It's just that you were holding something, maybe in your glute or your hamstring or your hips. When you release it and you breathe and you're on the floor, it might feel really, really good as you open it up, but after a while you might wonder, is it safe for me to go down this far? Can I get up if I get down into this, right? There's a little bit of that just lack of clarity here about what it means to deepen in general. They're ready, willing, and able, mostly. But they wish that they could say to you that they are expecting to end up alone again and look back at this fondly. But that's not what they want or where they're at. But they cherish every single moment of you, of your connection, of your relationship, of your friendship. This is someone who I'm getting, and this is an odd thing to say, but this is someone who will let you break their heart, who will let you ruin their life, but they don't think that you will do that. It's just maybe their expectation for some reason. What they wish they could say to you is that they will, they appreciate the situation, they appreciate you, they appreciate the connection, that they would, they appreciate you. Like, they would let you basically hurt them or break them or stab them in the back and move forward again alone or guarded or defensive after the fact because of how precious the moment is for them. So they want to deepen your maybe emotional or mental intimacy, or deepen the amount that you know each other. They don't want to hold back at all whatsoever. They also don't want to scare you off. They also don't want to keep you if you don't want to be kept. They don't want you to sign something if you don't want to sign it. They don't want you to do something you're uncomfortable with. But this is someone who would drop all of their boundaries, all of their guards, all of their, they would drop everything for you. Absolutely everything. And they wish they could tell you that. But I'm getting they probably will if they haven't already. This is someone who loves very, very deeply, but it's also someone who's very unique, very individual in the world, or they have some sort of circumstance. There's something about them that makes it difficult for them to connect with others in a deeper sense, like the way that they connect with you. And so they want to deepen that, but they don't know what that feels like. Again, we're getting that nervous system example again. Okay, so it's that they want to experience the good, the positive, the better, the love, the understanding, the connection. But it's like they want to get ahead of themselves, but they don't know maybe what is normal there. They don't know what is comfortable for you there. They kind of want to both throw themselves into the situation, and they also want to be slow and patient and like really appreciate and like dip their toe into the situation. before they dive in. So they kind of simultaneously want to do both out of appreciation and excitement. I'm also getting that you are very, very healing for them, and also that they love you unconditionally and always will is coming through as well. So this could be someone that you've only known for a short time. This could be someone that you, maybe someone from your past, even with the Six of Cups here. But this is someone that no matter what life looks like, or whether you are still in contact with them or will stay in contact with them or whatever happens, this is someone who will unconditionally love you for all amounts of time. This is someone would say something to you along the lines of, I will love you in the next life and the life after that. Whether it's a friend or romantic or it's a business partner, whatever it is, the love they have for you, pure spiritual love, right? Because they do have that like spiritual connection kind of energy here that they're awakening to. And if you're new to that, it can kind of feel like a high a little bit. So they're feeling that, they're also navigating that, and they wish that they could express that to you more, basically. And that it transcends time and space and lifetimes. So group number 2, I'm getting that's not all. This is a longer message. I didn't want it to be super long, but let's pull a couple more cards because it feels as though there's so much they want to say to you. Again, it's like everything. They want to tell you everything. They want to hear everything too. I'm hearing someone say, will you just text me back and we can talk about it? Okay. This person wants to do all of the things with you. They want to tell you that they want to take the time to tell you that you're beautiful. They also want to let you know, 7 of Swords here. Okay, they want to let you know they don't have much. I'm hearing this song, Annie's Song by John Denver. Even though we ain't got money, I'm still in love with you, honey. Okay, this person doesn't have much to offer, but what they do have is yours. This person trusts your decisions. They know or suspect that you have other options in business, or they know that you have other friends, so they might not be your number one. Maybe you have other options in love, so they might they might not trust their chances of being with you. They might know that you have other business deals going on, so maybe you're not an exclusive contract, whatever it is here. They want you to know that they intend to build something in the long term, but they don't want you to expect them to be able to offer more than what they have. But they would. Like, this is the vibe of they would go into debt for you. Like, they would go into debt for you, but they would need to tell you about their financial situation first. They would provide you, like, take really good care of you. They would love you. They would show up in business, like, whatever. They would give to you things that they don't have. They would give you the entire world. Like, they kind of want you to be maybe an exclusive contract. They want you to be the only person they want you two to be best friends. They want you two to be together or whatever it is. But the energy here is that they only have so much to offer, and they don't want you to get your hopes up. I'm getting that this is something that's difficult for them to communicate. They want to tell you that they think that you are a beautiful person. They love the way that you express. They like your intellect, your sharpness, your wittiness for some of you. Some of you, they like your banter. And they also want you to know that they want you to feel, they want to tell you that they want to be the only option that you see in a world full of options. Say that you have 20 options in front of you. They want to be the only person in the room to you. That's what they want. That's not what they want to force you to see or force you to pretend to act like. That's just genuinely how they want to be seen, how they want to be felt or about, right? They want to be the only one you want to work with, the only one you want to see, the only friend you want to have. It's very much giving ride or die energy. And they want to build with you, like, slowly, surely, permanently. This could be someone who wants to have a family with you, depending on the context. And they want to say this to you, but they're also more or less hesitant about it. But I'm getting, again, for you, they'll try. This is someone who's probably a bit of an oddball, but in a good way. Or at least you see it in a good way. Or you think that it's fun or cute or special or worth investing in or something like this. And they're just kind of like, wait, really? So, group number 2, this is what they wish they could say to you. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you would like a personal, I've got them discounted right now, so they're on my spiritual shop on Etsy at Spiritualistik. You can find it in the description box. You can also find my meditation retreat in the description box too. It's virtual. It's an online collection of 21 guided meditations. You can take them at your own pace, in your own order, if that is how it resonates with you. If you would like to follow me on Patreon, you're more than welcome. I post exclusive tarot readings there. I also have a different platform here on YouTube, my little membership page. You can subscribe over there. Please like, comment, and especially subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already, because it helps me be able to continue to make this content for you, which is what I love to do. If you'd like to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you're more than welcome. I just love connecting with you guys, building that community, and all of that good, wonderful stuff. So have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Feel free to check out another pile or another reading, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at what they wish they could say to you. And you selected the third group with the Hercules card. This person wants to say thank you for holding space for them. They also want to say sorry for being triggered. There's something about, I'm being shown like a specific Hercules story. I don't know it very well. It's kind of more in my mind's eye, so I'm not going to relay the story in case it's super far off, but I'm being shown making the impossible possible, as Hercules was known to do. I'm being shown like a size dynamic, right? This person wishes that they could say that they want to treat you better, they appreciate you, they respect you, and it might be that they didn't respond appropriately, and you know that. This can be something where perhaps you're highly psychic, and maybe you know that this is someone who was talking behind your back, and so you gently moved away from them, and like face to face, they don't understand why. They're like, no, tell me why. And you might say, well, I think you know why, because your energy towards me is not genuine, right? It's something like this. This is someone who's not used to being approached on an energetic level. So if when the vibe changes, it's not about cutting people off or ghosting people or treating people poorly. It is about loving others unconditionally, but also holding self-respect. And this is something that this person is wanting to talk about, wanting to understand, wanting to realize, because they also look up to this as well. This person is not used to being clocked, right? If they don't say to your face something mean, but you can feel the energy shift. You can feel the turmoil, right? But you don't hold it personally. But you see it, you clock it. And this person wants to talk to you about it. They want to kind of have a safe space to share these things with you. And they feel like they had that, but they also feel like by rejecting the safe space that you were offering, out of not believing it or being triggered or being confused or being in their own mind. This is also the 8 of Swords card, which indicates someone who is kind of stuck in a false reality, unable to see outside of it. It can also be something like a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is someone traditionally who is looking in a mirror and they're all like tied up. But they're not actually tied up in real life. It's just the reflection, it's just the perspective from the mirror. It's like they're in a funhouse mirror. It's not actually reminiscent of reality. And so there's this awareness here where they're snapping into reality. So they might have had like a trauma response. They might have gotten carried away by their emotions, or carried away by trauma, or even into gossip or into something negative, right? And as they kind of come back to center, which this person does do, I'm getting this vibe of them realizing that, oh, I was disillusioned. It's kind of giving. Have you ever received like a text from someone that maybe like hit you weird, but it wasn't what they said, it was your response to it that like upset, you like take some time, to process, to think about it, and you're like, oh, well, I don't like that. And then you're like, well, maybe they're right. Or then you're like, oh, like that hurt my feelings. Where did this come from? Oh, well, when I was a kid, blah, 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 blah. Right? Kind of normal stuff for us and people in this community. But then you go back and you read the text and you realize that the way that you took it is not exactly what they said. And in context, probably not exactly what they meant either. for those of us who are like empathetic and intuitive, oftentimes we're able to understand these things for face value, exactly what they are. But if it hits a trigger point, or if it touches something that we're working on or working through, or something that has hurt us in the past, then we can assume, we can project, we can take things personally, basically the opposite of the four agreements, right? And it's not bad. We don't do it on purpose. We're not out here being malicious. And also, this is what happened to this person. This person did the same thing. So basically, say that they don't like bread. Super random example. Maybe bread is really triggering to them. And you were saying something like, oh, I just ate some bread. They might have this whole idea, oh my God, did you just call me fat? Or, oh my God, you're eating super unhealthy. Or, oh my God, did you know that gluten can make you blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a big bread doesn't want you to know. Like, I don't know. So there's something like this. I used a very lighthearted example because this is more of a serious topic and this is a general reading. So we don't want to, excavate because everyone's individual, right? But what this person wishes that they could say to you is basically that they've come back around and they realize that this is what happened. They've kind of gone through that era of, you were saving me from myself, or, oh, you were providing a safe space, but they also want that safe space to be opened again so that they can sit down and they can hold space and sit with it. It's like when you have an emotion, or when you have anxiety, or when you have a negative emotion, like your anger, for example, it's not, you want to gently actually sit with it because that's a part of you that loves you. You want to sit with it and say, thank you for the love. This is not how I wish to respond in this situation, but anger shows you where you're being mistreated, or it shows you where you're being undervalued. It can also show you where there's a wound there and maybe it causes you to see the world not in the correct way. It doesn't need to be anger itself, but this person wants to kind of, they want to sit with this and they want to open a dialogue with this. So there's something here about this. And there's also something here about being a hero or being their savior or having a savior complex or something like this. I'm hearing someone say they realize that you weren't trying to fix them or change them. You're just trying to love them, something like this. I'm hearing some of you go like, I am not a fixer-upper, no Bob the Builder in here, right? Not fixing people. But you are loving people because a lot of us we're lovers, we're healers, we're good friends, we see people's souls, and so we treat them as though we see their souls, right? And so some people might see it and go, oh my God, you're trying to fix me. Well, no, I'm just trying to hold space for your authenticity in whichever depth you wish or feel comfortable bringing it forward, right? And so sometimes that can be triggering. Oh, there's the Eight of Swords, came out twice. This person, they're confused, they're upset, okay? I'm getting that you chose to maybe take space from this person or something like this, or you set a boundary. This is more like situational than what they want to say to you, so we're going to pull out what they want to say to you because that's the reading, and that's why we want to be here today. So they want to explain themselves. They're also kind of ready to pick a fight. They're not because they want to fight with you, but it's because they're in a bit of a defensive energy. They want to kind of argue their original point, but their original point is something that was like a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. They also realize this too, so that's why what they wish they could say is still being processed. They're not quite sure what they want to say because their initial reaction is to maybe argue a point. It's that, let's use the bread example again. It's there are 5,000 ingredients in bread in the supermarkets. You should make your own bread, or you should make sourdough because there's less gluten, and gluten's bad for you, and they act like it's good for you and your microbiome, whatever the argument is there. I'm not making a case for or against bread. I'm just saying, say that this person has had difficulties with food, right? If you're talking about bread, they might be like, oh, well, so nice for you that you can eat bread. I can't eat bread. It'll go straight to my hips, right? This is someone who will be wanting to argue because they've got beef with bread. They don't have beef with you. But you talked about bread, so now they've got that, it got transferred over to you, right? There's something like this, okay? And so this is kind of what they don't want to say this, but it's kind of they're still in this energy of huffing and puffing a little bit or triggered a little bit. But they're also aware, their soul is saying, hey, that's not what this is. Like you said, what's for lunch? And they said, oh, I'm having a sandwich. They're talking to you. You know, it's like something like this. It's something that was normal. And so they want to have a conversation with you about, I'm hearing pain management in some way pertaining to a situation. It can be as well that maybe one of you two are sick, or there's a vibe here. Maybe there are some things that this person doesn't know. Like this person I'm getting maybe doesn't know certain things about you, or they might not know you well enough to be able to make a conclusion about what you mean or what your life looks like. There's a lot of maybe assumption or projection here. And so this person is also realizing that they don't really know you as well as they don't know you well enough to be making these assumptions and to be projecting those things onto you. Okay, that might also be why some of the energies here, they're kind of not coming out because they don't really know what to say, because they don't really know who they're talking to, is kind of what they're realizing. But it's not a bad thing, because what they do know about you is that you love really deeply. What they do know about you is that you're really passionate, that you're really kind. What they do know about you is that you build, you love, you're solid, you're stable mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You are like the healthiest person they've ever met. And so this realization is kind of, it's less that they have something to say to you specifically right now, and it's more that they want to just like sit with you. They don't want to sit in your energy and take your energy. They just want to sit with you. Kind of like when you don't have anything to say with someone, but you know, you're on great terms, you're really comfortable around each other. So you can hang out and you don't say anything. This person wants to just vibe with you. You know, when you hang out with someone and you're not yapping, you're just sitting there in each other's presence, and it's not weird that you're not talking, it's just normal. You're enjoying each other's company and you can sit in silence and peace. There's not a lack of anything. It's okay. You're not talking to each other. It's just that you're at peace with each other. You're just in each other's energy and vibing. It's a little bit like, I don't know if you've ever FaceTimed that friend or been on the phone with that friend where you're on the phone for like 5 hours, but you're just running errands. It's more about being there than what they wish they could say. But what they do wish they could say is that they weren't seeing something clearly, and that's their bad. They do want to move this forward. Like they would like to continue moving forward here. They are also aware that there's this lack of clarity that they have. Like they feel stuck in life, or they feel bound in life, and you represent everything that's not that. You represent like a clear and open channel of love, of abundance, or of optimism, of healthiness. And it makes them, I'm getting, want to try, just in general. Like you are an inspiration to this person in some way, and they wish that they could say to you that they want to give you something. They want to offer you something tangible, physical. It's just that they are they might be conflict avoidant, or they might be afraid of fighting with you. It feels as though for some of you, okay, this is a general reading, but some of you could be very quick-witted. Some of you could have very strong boundaries. Some of you could communicate very logically, right? So you could have like an air sign Mercury or something where you communicate very concisely, so it's less emotional. But some of you got a sharp tongue, right? Some of you are out here being like, I'm not the one. You're like, talk to the hand. And so that energy, it's the King of Swords energy, so the way it manifests will be different for all of you. But this person doesn't see the point in conflict or arguing. I don't think that was even on your radar, though. I don't think that you were even thinking about that at all. I think that the energy switched up from this person because they got triggered. What they want to tell you is that they want to offer a new beginning for you. They want to continue to move forward. They want to continue to show up. And that this person wants to tell you that they had good, clear, positive intentions for you and with you the entire time. This person wants to let you know that they held up their side of the deal. They held up their side of the deal. Maybe you didn't notice it, or you were overlooking it, or maybe that's an area where you get triggered. Again, depending. They held up their side of the deal, but maybe it didn't look the way you wanted it to look, or maybe you didn't realize it, or maybe something like this. I'm not getting your expectations are too high. I'm not getting like, well, if I'm too much, go find less kind of vibe, or if this isn't enough, go find more. I'm really not getting that kind of vibe. It's more so, say that someone is like, oh, I want you to give me a reading, okay? And you're with them and you have a 10-hour long conversation helping them navigate everything that's going within them. And you are using all of your energy, you're connecting with source, drawing in more energy, right? And you're giving them a reading, you're giving them a 10-hour straight reading. But because you didn't sit down and clarify, maybe, I am going to give you a reading right now. And then have the same 10-hour conversation and then say, okay, that concludes your reading. Then maybe they walk away a little jaded, right? Like, oh, you did something wrong to me. No, right? So there's kind of this vibe like this here. So, there's this awareness here that you're very powerful and you're very loving. This person kind of feels like they're stuck in some way. They want to build with you, but they don't want to rely on you. Like, they don't want you to be the Hercules in their life, but they would love to be best friends with Hercules, or they would love to be Meg, right? And so the vibe here is a little bit less that they want something from you and more that they want to be around you. And it's not because they want your energy. It's not because they want what you have. It's not because they want to do what you do. It's just because they love you. And that's something that they wish that they could communicate to you. It feels as though there's something here where maybe you got a bit argumentative, right? Maybe your belief on something and their truth are different, okay, which is allowed, right? But if that breaks down a relationship, then there's no foundation there, right? And this person is saying the opposite of this. This person is saying, there's a foundation here, and I'd like to continue to grow it and build it. There's so much love that I have to offer you, and I want to continue to build. In fact, I'm very passionate about this. However, it feels as though there's miscommunication or misunderstanding. And it feels like maybe a little bit both of you have a little bit of there's like something where both of you have a little bit of a closed mind, or you decided that you're right. But then circling back around, there's wiggle room somewhere. So there's like misunderstanding, miscommunication. It's giving a lot of he said, she said, maybe projection, maybe assumption, maybe taking things personally when first of all they weren't personal. And the thing that was taken personally was an assumption and not even what was said. And what was said was based on a different context and the way that it was taken in the first place. It's like, it's so much of a telephone game that one of you probably distanced yourself. Or both of you distanced yourselves. But with space there, it relieves the pressure. And this person does want to say that, they think that you're smart, they think that you're magical, they think that you are tactical, they think that you're loving, they think that you are beautiful. We've got 3 kings out here. We've got King of Swords, King of Cups, King of Wands. We also have the Magician here. It feels as though they don't know enough about your physical life to come to the conclusions that they kind of came to, or you don't know enough about their life for you to have come to the conclusions that you came to. It feels like this could be one or both of you. It feels like they kind of diluted themselves so that you could understand them. Or maybe you diluted yourself so they could understand you, or maybe this was a mutual thing. Some of you, and if some of you out there are thinking like, well, I had to dilute myself because they don't understand me. Okay, they were doing the same thing, and it might be a little bit of a power struggle there, but they were not partaking in that power struggle. Okay, just drawing it to your awareness. Okay, all love out here, no judging. So there's a little bit of this dynamic, But what they want to say to you, again, it's more about coming to a common understanding. It's not like, let's ignore this, but it's more about, okay, well, it's not about it's your fault for pushing a button. It's like my fault for having a button to push, right? If you're not the one that put the button there, right? So, yeah, this is someone who doesn't know what to say, because what they want to say, it's all like kind of fawning over you a little bit. Yeah, it's fawning over you a little bit. This is someone who wants to, I'm hearing, I could be a hero, baby. I could take away the pain, right? Even if you are like platonic best friends, right? Or just friends. This is someone who wants to, they want to come over and sit on your bed and yap with you while you're going through your closet that you've been avoiding going through for 3 months. This is someone who, if you were like, hey, I have to go to the grocery store and I really don't want to go. Do you want to come run errands with me? They'd be like, yep, sure, I'm there. It's not giving a codependent energy at all, to be honest with you. It's not giving that entangled, intermingled energy that's codependent, but it is giving that they want to be next to you. Again, not codependent, but maybe a bit clingy, not too much, but this person wants unconditional love in return. They've got so much love to give, and they see that it's the same for you, but maybe they don't know how to receive it. Or, what they want to say is a little bit jumbled, as you can tell, because of the way that this reading's coming out. Something about age, an age gap, an age difference, something about magic or spiritual beliefs. There's something about a rite of passage that one of you has gone through that the other hasn't. Or perhaps both. Okay, because there are going to be a few of you out there, and again, I say this lovingly, who are like, yeah, I know better than this person. And that ideology is pointing to the fact that it's the other way around. Again, that's only for a few of you, okay? Because there might be an age gap, but there would be also a wisdom gap that's not age-based. It would be actually the opposite. So it's, again, giving this energy of, say that someone wants you to give them a reading, right? And so you sit and you talk with them for 10 hours, but it's not a conversation. It's not, you're not talking about yourself. You're helping guide them through an entire paradigm, and it helps shift them eons on their spiritual journey, and you see where they're stuck, and you help them through it, and you help them heal, and you help them grow, and you're reading them up, down, left, right, center, every single possible situation in their life. You're giving them more than their money's worth, right? But then they sit down and you go, well, I didn't like it when you read the cards, right? Or you didn't read the cards how I wanted you to, or I would have liked you to use a different deck. Or even when you were reading my energy, I didn't like what you said, so I would rather pretend that you never did that in the first place. Like, there's just something weird, right? But what they wish that they could say, though, is they know that you're right, but I think that they also think that they're right, but it's not you versus them at all. Like, they just think that maybe you both have parts of a whole, or they think that there's just, like, they want to clear up any misunderstanding or miscommunication, but it kind of feels as though they got, like, one of you got too triggered, like, too many times. And there's still a bunch of love here, but they want to move forward, like, energetically, and they want to move forward physically, too. They have a lot that they want to give you. They've had a lot they want to give you. There's still a lot that this person has to offer you, actually, and they want to give it to you. They don't want to give it to anybody else. But it feels as though there's a little bit of a power dynamic here that stresses them out, or, It's this Hercules energy, like, emphasis on the Hercules energy. It's like, Hercules kind of always was bullied for literally being better than everybody else. And I don't like to put it that way. But say that you're an overachiever. Say that you have a super high IQ. Say that you're really smart. Say that you got successful super young. Say that you don't hold the traditional beliefs of your family, but you're really progressive and you've learned a lot better from it, right? There's like this vibe of this being ostracized because you've grown, kind of giving the black sheep of the family vibes. And Hercules was very much the same, but Hercules is also like a superhero. Hercules saved everyone who was bullying him consistently. And so I'm getting that that's somewhere where you meet each other. And it might be that one of you is so used to being ostracized and the other one of you is so used to being the cleaner upper that there wasn't that common understanding that you're both in the same boat. This person is realizing what they want to say to you is actually they wish that they could be around you and then just shut up and listen to you. They want to listen to you. They don't want to talk at you. They want to listen to you because they realize that they don't know enough about you. Or alternatively, it's the other way around for a couple of you. Again, like a couple of you. Most of you, it's that one. But for some of you, it's the other way around. They feel like they heard a lot about you, but you don't know anything about them. And there's a lot of assumptions going on. So, what they want to say to you is relative. What they want to give to you is love, understanding, shared space, safe space, unconditionality, compassion, love. This person feels very spiritually about you, very lovingly about you, very magically towards you. It just also kind of feels like there is, it just feels like your worlds apart, but you have a lot in common. It's just the fact that your worlds apart that maybe there's miscommunication or misunderstanding. But that doesn't mean that you're so different, right? I'm hearing this song from VeggieTales, and it goes like, little guys can do big things too. I can't remember more of it off the top of my head because VeggieTales is digging in the archives for me. But yeah, there's this vibe here. What they want to say basically is like, they want to show you how much that they love and care about you, but they also want and need a safe space to do so. They also kind of just want to be there. They want to appreciate you. They want to value you. For some of you, they really look up to you, or they would literally kiss the ground you walk on. Again, relative. Take that as it resonates. But they see that you... Well, they want to tell you how much they love you, and they want to talk to you about their experience in this confusion and their triggers and why. And they understand that you're not going to take it personally, or they understand that you will love them unconditionally because none of us are perfect. There's something about like going through and rereading messages or rethinking about conversations that were had and understanding something like from hindsight. Or again, that bread example, you go through and you realize that, oh, they just said I had a sandwich for lunch. They weren't calling me anything. They weren't doing anything wrong. They weren't dropping undertones, right? They're not being passive aggressive. They were just telling me about their day, right? There's kind of this realization that they weren't, they were triggered. They weren't being triggered, if that makes sense. They were getting triggered. And so they want to give you some love. They want to offer a new beginning. For a lot of you, they want to, I'm not getting a specific apology card, but I am getting like I'm not getting like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I'm getting, look, this is what happened and this is where I'm at. And the way that you want to move forward from this and the way that I want to move forward from this might be a little bit different, but this is where I am, and I'm going to be real and honest with you about it. And I'm working to grow in these ways. And this is what I'm growing into, and I'm not going to stop until I get there. However, it's not like this is how I am, deal with it. But it's not like, oh, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have done that, I regret it so much. It's like, it's kind of giving more ownership, less apology. It's more like, this is where I am. This is where my trigger is. It has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. I've realized that. At the same time, this is where I am, and I have to be honest about it. And this is how I'd like to move forward, right? It's kind of giving that. So, yeah. This person could be like a Taurus. But with that being said, there's a lot of love here. They want to give you a lot of love. They want to talk to you about spiritual things as well. They kind of want to understand your spiritual foundation a little bit. They want to know more about your beliefs. Again, they don't want to talk to you. They want to listen to you. They want to share space with you. They want to be around you. They want to give and receive love with you. It's less about what they want to say because words are imperfect. And this person sees that, realizes that, and also understands that I'm getting life is short, and these are the things that are important. So they want to start over, or they want a new beginning, or they're just expect them to contact you soon if they have a means to do so. Okay, so Group 3, this is what they wish they could say. Oh, okay, there's something else that wants to come through. This reading is long. Let's see. Yeah, this person kind of wants to understand what you've been through or what you're going through, because they understand that they have no context at all. They have absolutely no context at all about you or about what they were maybe making assumptions about. It could be that, say that you, say, for example, say you're from different cultures, right? And so they kind of group you in with that culture, perhaps. And so they're like, oh, people like this are like this, right? But it's like, hey, we're individuals, and that's kind of racist, right? So there's like a vibe like this. It could be, and it doesn't need to be that specifically. It could be like a gender thing or a sexuality thing or a cultural thing or a language thing. It's just there's a misunderstanding because of like an assumption that isn't fair, you know? And it might be that this person doesn't know enough about you, or you don't know enough about them to understand that I'm getting just in some way, they're not like everybody else that they're around. And that's something that you share in common. And so that kind of wants to be the focal point here. They do want to grow and they do want to build. For some of you, I'm hearing unblock me, so I'm just, okay. That's what they wish they could say, not your advice, okay? You're going to do what your intuition tells you to do and what feels right in your heart, okay? But yeah. They want to show up. I'm hearing, again, I can be your hero, baby, with the Hercules and the magician and all the kings showing up here. The 8 of Swords, I could take away the pain. Yeah, they really want to talk to you maybe about animals or about pets or about, for some of you, spirit guides, or, because I'm being shown there are a lot of lizards, or like lizards. Maybe they're Cocopelli, but they're probably lizards here on this guy's shirt, the King of Wands. But it's like spiritual King of Wands and animals. So it could be like spirit animals, which I say super gently because that's very culturally specific, okay? It could be your pets. It could be animals that you feel around you. For some of you, it could be like dragons, or it could be asking you, why do you blah, blah, blah. So there's something here. Why do you paint dogs? Why do you have a dragon next to your username on your TikTok? Me, right? It could be, why do you have pet turtles, right? Something like this is coming through. There's a desire for deeper understanding and connection and a new beginning here. Okay, so that's what this person wants to say to you, and some other context. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. Please subscribe. It helps me keep making videos. Seriously. So please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. If you'd like a personal, they're discounted right now, so you can find them on my spiritual shop on Etsy, linked in the description box below. If you'd like to meditate with me, it's the first link in the description box below. Follow my Patreon, my YouTube Inner Circle channel. You can find me on TikTok and on Instagram. And as always, I love you. Have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.